And we're back! Howdy y'all, this is Ethan Bonreal playing Earthbound, and last time we were here, we defeated the leader of the Sharks, Frank, and this time around, we're actually going to go ahead and go about heading towards Giant Step, but first, before we do that, we need to make a few pit stops, and the first one starts with us answering this phone. Hello, it's your dad. You've been out there for a while now. It may be none of my business, but don't you think it'd be a good idea if you took a break? You don't control me, old man. Ah, I see. Well, it doesn't make me happy, but I understand your point about the fate of the world being at stake. Click beep. Alright, so let's roll out. Do-do-do-do. What do you gotta say? Good morning, here's your free copy of the morning newspaper. Here's today's headlines and On It Times. Complaints about the Sharks gang melt into thin air. See, that was hard for me to read because I was like trying to grammatically fix it. But the name of the gang is Sharks, not the Sharks, so whatever. Anyway, how are y'all doing? I'm doing just dandy here. I'm gonna go ahead and on screen head to the hamburger shop, which is above us. We don't need that magic butterfly. And go ahead and stock up, because we're going to be doing a lot of things in this episode, so let's go ahead and get right to that. And right after we do that, we're going to go ahead and head to the, mayor's office, and he's going to help us out with getting a Giant Step, so let's talk to you. Hello, may I take your order? Smile, smile. What can I get for you? I'm going to get 1 bag of fries, and 3 hamburgers. Yeah. There we go. No, I don't. Alright, and what do you gotta say, lady? It looks like I'm always here. I hope you don't mind. No, I don't. I'm so much more relaxed here. They never ask me, would you like fries with that shake? Don't you think you get more food value out of 14 bucks worth of burgers than 8 buckets worth of french fries? You'll feel better and get more energetic if you eat better foods. You know, you'll recover more health if you eat more expensive food. So, what that's implying is that hamburgers are actually more cost effective than just getting a bunch of fries that have the same dollar value. I didn't even look at the numbers for that, but you know, whatevs. It's possible, I'm just gonna take her word for it. I only really got the 1 bag of fries so I could move on with my life. But anyway, last part, I concluded a rant on, strategic essentialism, and that was dandy. I actually know from listening to the video analytics, that YouTube provides, that most people actually don't stick around. Let me check my map real quick. Yeah, I passed it. Most people actually don't stick around for the entirety of the video. I think the last 2 averaged about people watching like 3 or 2 minutes of the video, which I actually don't mind. I'm not being passive-aggressive about that. I'm just saying that that's actually one of the reasons why I have rants like that towards the end of the videos, because I know people don't stick around that late, and the people who do are more okay with my ranting. But anyway, is the mayor gonna let them run around doing whatever they want? I'm here to protest. Angry face. Alright, what do you gotta say? I believe this is his secretary? Yeah, I think so. Since you beat up the Sharks, you're the talk of the town. Mayor Perkle is waiting for you. Pardon me. Excuse me, don't mind me. Hey! I'm Mayor B.H. Perkle. It's nice to meet y'all. You beat up the town bullies, punched them out of big time, kicked their butts, bit their heads off, spit in their eyes, and made them wet their pants. Then you forced them to promise not to make any more trouble. Thank you! What? You want a key to the touring entertainer shack? For someone as great as you, giving you a key could help you keep the town peaceful. However, if you encounter a dangerous situation, you know it's not really my fault, right? Right? Yeah, sure. You're such a smart kid, you know what's up. Here's your key to the shack. Although it's small, the key is very important. You seem to have too much to carry. Get rid of some stuff you don't need and come back. Okay, so my inventory's full from buying those fries. I'm gonna get rid of some of the cookies I have. Oh, wow, I don't have the cookies. Well, this is embarrassing. I might as well... Actually, I could use a skip sandwich. Ness's HP is maxed out. Talk to BH Burkle. Hey, 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 blogga blah, blogga blah, blogga blogga, blogga blogga, blogga blogga, blogga blogga, blogga, blogga blogga, blogga. Alright. Yeah, okay. You're a smart kid. Here's the key to the shack. Yay, Ness got the key to the shack. Alright, so, well, what else do you have to say? Hey, what's your face? I'm so busy with my election I don't have time to meet with you now that you didn't do anything that benefits me. Okay, douchebag. I'll have a good one. Bye. Do you want to move, dude? Thank you. But anyway, how are y'all doing? I'm prepping to get a haircut after I'm done recording this video. I actually have been recording another Let's Play that I'm trying to get a bulk of videos to have ready so I can release them alternating days with Earthbound. Just because it's kind of weird for me to commentate over this, but whatever. In any case, let's go ahead and head back up. And I actually already have a topic lined up to talk about once we get through this shack. Hopefully if I don't have to explain too much. Although, I do believe I'm too far down. What's in here? Psst, whisper. Whisper, psst, psst. Shh, what if someone overhears us? Right, whisper, whisper. Wahaha, you jerk. Because, heh. Okay, that's wacky. That's a fairly accurate representation of what I do when someone knocks on my door. Because I don't want people messing with me, Ruffle. Anyway, we're on our way there. We're gonna avoid talking to this mole. I don't know if you've noticed any enemies on screen, and if you haven't, that's because, the door is locked. Once you get to a certain level, if you, should do enough damage to one-shot an enemy, and it's only one of those enemies, for one, you'll kill them in one shot, and two, or rather, they'll skip the battle and you'll kill them. And then on the other side of things, they'll, also, run away from you. But anyway, so this is the start of Giant Step. We're gonna see, like, 3 new enemies here: attack slugs, rowdy mouses, or, hey, it's a rowdy mouse now, and, antoids. You engage the rowdy mouse. These things have a high critical hit rate, but that doesn't really matter much, with how high our defense and HP is right now. Get out of here. And I probably will level up after this first attack, too, or this first, battle. You won! Ness gained 34 EXP. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, whatever. But anyway, okay then. Let's go ahead. Oh, we don't have that yet, Ruffle. Losing track of where I am. I was gonna say... That's actually our first enemy that uses PSI, but I was gonna say that I was gonna use an ability that we don't quite have yet, because I totally forgot, how far I am in this game. Attack Slug D is attacking. 3 HP. These little fellas don't really hit that hard. In 1 or 2 levels, we're probably gonna be able to one-shot them. And I leveled up. Ness's level is now 8. Oh baby! Offense went up by 3, defense went up by 2, speed went up by 1, guts went up by 1, luck went up by 1, HP went up by 1, PP went up by 1. And I learned the power of PSI Rockin'. Alright, so PSI Rockin' is basically our first offensive ability. I'm not going to use it now, because it's actually a ability that hits multiple enemies at once, and I don't want to just use it at one opponent. And it eats up a lot of PSI really quickly. But, hi, mouse. Let's bash the crap out of this mouse. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that mess. But how are y'all doing? I think I actually already asked that, but, don't forget, if y'all are enjoying what I do, go ahead and leave me comments. I appreciate them. Alternatively, don't. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would be appreciated. Get out of your mouse. Just so I can know what y'all like me to talk about and what you like me to do. Some people like the silly voices and the characterizations, other people may not. And then, hey, it's the Antoids. And then other people may just come to see someone talk through the game. Although I don't really do good guides, because I just kind of roll my face on the controller, and then things happen. Yay, we defeated the Antoids. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of these hamburgers here today. Yay, my HP's maxed out. But, in any case, yeah, talk to me about that. I really appreciate that, if you enjoy the videos. And after I beat this mouse, we're gonna go ahead and talk about what I want to talk about today. I mentioned this dude, that I took a queer literature class with, at the beginning of the previous video, and what started my rant. Get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and PSI rocking these. And why he annoys me. And I'm gonna talk about something that's gonna be a segue into what I'm gonna talk about. I got my notes here today, because I initially started recording this, and then I didn't like the commentary from, like, the very get-go in the hotel, so I just started over and wrote out some notes. Get out of here, mouse. But, basically, he is... I've actually seen him before, and I also know that he personally dislikes me, or at least I assume he does from his body language and the fact that he rolls his eyes when I talk. But he's this guy, who identifies as a gay male, who, is basically, he's the type of dude who will come into a class on queer theory being like, I hate queer theory, and I'm only here to talk about why I dislike it. Which isn't inherently bad. I mean, if they had a class on douchebaggery, I would probably be sitting in the front row waving my hands up and down, insulting, well, not insulting people, but, criticizing it. But, comes into this class on queer theory, hating queer theory, and, but at the same time, like, being like that stereotype of a gay male douchebag who thinks he's the center of the universe. Anyway, Ness's level is now 9. Offense went up by 1. Vitality went up by 1. IQ went up 1. 14. Oh, that's a big increase. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this bag of fries here today. But, yay. But, he does that, and then, like, he's like almost, he's an amalgamation of like 1,000 people who have either really disliked me or I have personally been very annoyed with. Oh, hey. Ness opened the present. There's a cold remedy inside. Okay. He kinda, I get the impression that he thinks queer theory is stupid. He talks about how identities are dumb and don't matter. And then, but, like, we're in a class that's completely about identity, and then, like, in a room full of people whose identities really matter to them. Which is, you know, it's okay. He can have his shitty opinion, he can have his shitty opinion, and eat it too, but I don't like, I can't stand him. There we go, that is the simple way of saying that. I can't stand his ass. And what that leads into is that we, once had a discussion in the class about, I guess, queer representation. So what that implies is the representation of people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, sometimes allies depending on the context, and asexual, in addition to other people marginalized by gender identity and, sexual orientation. I don't have anything, or any PP, but luckily they don't really do that much damage either. But we were talking about media exposure for those groups of people. Oh, okay, I thought my game froze. And he basically, actually him and the rest of the class were basically of the opinion that any sort of representation is always good 100% of the time, and that it's indicative of process. And then of course my crusty ass was like, no, it's not. indicative of progress because of a lot of reasons. Some people seem to believe, I actually should probably give the other side of this argument. Some people strongly believe that any sort of representation, as I just said, is a form of progress, because one of the easiest way to marginalize people is erase their existence, and if you're representing them in media, that implies you're giving them some sort of existence. But, where I take issue with that, and I actually agree with that point, that erasure is definitely a way to marginalize people. But people forget that you can also create... Oh, hey, I just one-shot that thing. 37 EXP. Are you alive still? Yeah, am I gonna one-shot you? No. Oh, yep! Yay! I'm one-shotting everything. I'm getting some frame drops here. Is that exposure isn't always good or bad, necessarily. But I am going to stop the recording real quick, 1 sec.